stories that matter.
Just before we forget, get your prediction for the rugby tonight, because when Carolyn was here last week, what a disaster.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
I've given up.
Well, so you should have, because you were a disaster
today,
as well.
It's just winners all round for me.
Do you think they stand a chance?
I'm from Hurricanes territory.
Yeah,
what do you think?
But use your head, not your heart.
No, I genuinely do. They're one of our best Super Rugby teams.
Wouldn't that be a great way to enter the tournament?
I'll say by... I think it will be closer. 7.
Hurricanes by 7. I like it. Anyway, the big news of the day. Another one of those days we will never forget. Arguably one of those days that only, really, the America's Cup can produce. Team New Zealand, once again, holders of sport's oldest prize.
And nowhere were the celebrations as strong as in a Palmerston North living room. One family was up at the crack of dawn, hoping against hope their son and brother could help pull the win off.
So what was it like to cheer on a loved one from a distance? Jill Higgins joined the family of crew member, Olympic cycling medalist. You'll know the name, Simon van Veldhoven.
It's very early morning in landlocked Palmerston North. It's only 3 degrees. I hate getting up early. But it could be Victory Day, so where better to watch it than in this house with this family? OK, so Bermuda would have been good. But inside, the temperature's rising. Hot enough for shorts even. Ready for the race of a lifetime.
It's a big deal because we've got a son on the boat.
The ironic thing is that he's not a sailor and he's hardly ever been on a boat before.
Simon is a cyclist, an Olympic gold medal winning cyclist.
Bit of an overachiever, really.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Time to take their seats.
I'm known to pace and shake and jiggle.
But this morning, no time even for pacing, just painful anticipation. Even as Team New Zealand snatch the lead, woohoo, there's little relief.
Just slow down.
Anything can happen.
It's only as the team hits lap 7 that they dare to relax.
Silly man.
A little. And it's in the bag.
This is outstanding. David has beaten Goliath.
His current favourite child, but...
Today, best result ever. Here's the Simon.
I suppose in a way one of the wonderful things about it was it shows people thinking outside of the box, doesn't it? I mean, you know, you take a cyclist, and I guess Rob Waddell started all of that, didn't he? I mean, one day he's, doing that, and the next he's doing that, and, it's just fantastic. Team New Zealand boss Grant Dalton always kept the faith, of course. I spoke with him earlier today and asked how he is feeling since lifting the cup this morning.
Well, Mike, it's pretty surreal, actually. I actually don't know what to feel at the moment. I'm just immensely proud of the team. We're all immensely proud to be Kiwis, and we're really just proud to be able to bring the America's Cup back to New Zealand. We're right.
And when you think about it in totality, all you've been through, what is it that attracts you to the cup?
I have absolutely no idea sometimes, mate. But certainly today it all feels worthwhile. I mean, I love it, and I've always had a true belief in right and wrong. And I've never really been comfortable with the way the cup was, and I say was because it'll change now. And I still sort of think fondly of the days when Team New Zealand, as it was then, won it in '95 and won it for the country, and really the fairness of the way it was run from then on until they lost it in 2003. The rules should not be contrived to make it very difficult to lose. If you're good enough to hold on to it, if your team is good enough, if you sail well enough, if your design is good enough, you'll hold on to it, as they did in 2000. And that's kind of the basis of the way we'll go forward.
Because it's been a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? Up times, down times.
Well, there's a draft email in my draft folder on my computer, which I've always kept as kind of motivation, and I quite often actually reread it to myself. And it went something like this. It's with deep regret that and it was to the sponsors, that I wish to inform you that we will be closing on the 30th of October. And that was how close it was. I mean, we were closing that afternoon. I came back to a board meeting. I said, just give me the night. And I worked through that night, and I closed the deal during the night. which kept us going really till that Christmas, and then it sort of went from there. But it's been difficult the whole time. Ironically, we pay salaries on the 15th of each month, and until we won the Louis Vuitton a week and a half ago or so, I couldn't actually pay the 15th salary, so it's been pretty tight.
And you've got to be looking forward to bringing that thing back home and touching down on New Zealand soil, huh?
Absolutely. You know, that's been a motivation for these guys the whole time. You know, we want to get home and feel that atmosphere that we know exists.
Hasn't that been the revelation of the day? The dagger boards were broken. They couldn't pay the bills.
How tight money was.
Yeah, we always knew it was running the smell of an oily rag. And I got to say, and I've said it many times so far today, but of all the heroes, and there are many in a team that size, the biggest hero of all is Grant Dalton. I mean, being able to do what he did, to hold that team together, to raise the money, to stick with it through thick and thin. If there are knighthoods to be handed out for this, and there should be, he is first on the list.
No, you're right. And to endure the criticism that comes with this sort of thing, right
Too
back
many fair weather friends
from San Fran.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other big stars of this America's Cup campaign has to be Peter Burling. From World Championships to Olympics, this country has followed the 26-year-old success alongside teammate Blair Tuke.
So here's a look back at the career of the youngest helmsman to ever hold the old mug.
Burling sailed in Tauranga against Team New Zealand as an 11-year-old. He won the first of his 2 World Championships as a 15-year-old in the 420 class.
Every time we're near the front, we seem to win.
New Zealand is going to take silver in the 49er class here in Weymouth.
Yeah, I suppose they say it's a sport for life.
They're a brave young couple, these 2 young Kiwis.
What really sets the champions apart is the amount of hard work they put in and the planning and their ability to learn.
We're really keen to take it on and try and get a gold next time.
They are great sailors. There's no doubt about it. They have a good pedigree behind them, but they've carried on really wanting to learn.
Peter and Blair haven't been beaten since the London Olympics.
I'm on my way. This organisation needs to grow and change, and there's no better talent in this country at the moment than Blair and Peter with their track record.
Peter Burling, from what I see and hear, is the perfect guy for the job. He's got fantastic results. Results don't lie.
Definitely had a pretty good run for the last 4 years, and we kind of would prefer to be where we are than anywhere else.
To see them finish with a gold now, I think, is fantastic.
It's been an amazing ride, and to have these around our necks now is something that, you know, we're going to have forever. Another pretty big goal coming up to, you know, try and bring the America's Cup back to New Zealand.
He's born with something a little bit different. Peter Mander was our first Olympic medalist. He had it. Russell Cootes had it. And I think Peter Burling's got it.
We don't need to think anymore, do we? We know. I had a chat with the man of the moment, Peter Burling, a little earlier, and I asked how ecstatic the team were after the win.
Yeah, you know, we're just blown away, and, you know, for ourselves as a team, we came here to try and win that America's Cup, and, you know, knowing that we've now achieved that goal is, you know, just absolutely amazing, and, you know, we're just celebrating with a lot of friends and family at the moment, and, you know, everyone that's supported us.
How were the nerves this morning?
Yeah, well, we were pretty excited to get into it, to be honest. You know, as a team, yeah, we knew to win this thing, and, you know, to win it, we were going to have to win 8 races and the last race. And, you know, we've been preparing for this for 3 years, and, you know, we went out there and we're really proud of the way we executed today. You know, we didn't quite get off the line, but, you know, we hung in there and, you know, managed to make a pass and take the win. And, you know, we're pretty excited to, you know, bring that cup home to New Zealand now.
What are your thoughts on Jimmy Spittle now that the cup's all over?
Yeah, well, actually, you know, before this campaign started, I knew Jimmy really well, and, you know, we get along really well, and it was great, you know, that they came over and, you know, had a beer with us and congratulated us as a team, and that was really special, you know, that they've, you know, put together an amazing campaign and, you know, pushed us super hard, and we're really proud of, you know, the way we've managed to answer all their questions.
Did this all happen quicker than you expected?
I think that's why for us it's only just setting in now, is that, you know, we were prepared for a few more days of, you know, pretty intense battle, and we're really excited we managed to get the job done so quickly.
Anything special you plan to do now apart from a few glasses of bubbly?
Not really, probably apart from having a few days off. You know, it's been a massive push for a lot of us for a very long time, and, you know, Blair and myself pretty much didn't end up getting any time off after the Olympics, you know, which was a massive push for the 4 years before that. So, no, we're really just looking forward to a few days off. You know, we're pretty tired. You know, it's been one hell of a journey to this point, but you know, we're just you know, pretty excited to be able to, you know, have our hands on that trophy finally. But you know, at the same time, we're all pretty knackered.
What's your message to the Kiwis who are all watching in the early hours?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, we're incredibly grateful for the support. You know, how many Kiwi flags we've been seeing on the journey in and, you know, around the village, but, you know, also back home. We're just looking forward to sharing this with everyone that's, you know, been supporting us. And it's been a really tricky ride to get to this point, but, you know, we're blown away by the support we do get, and it means the world to us.
So exciting to see this thing going forward, though, isn't it? You know, what sort of yachts they're going to use. We know it's going to be in Auckland in 4 years' time. We learnt that today, but $1 billion is going to be pumped into the industries. You know, the whole of the Auckland waterfront was rebuilt.
Yes, the infrastructure. The viaduct wasn't even there, was it?
Stephen Tyndall said this morning. I was talking to Stephen Tyndall. He's one of the big backers of the America's Cup. Very low-profile guy these days. But he says it's got nothing to do with yachting for him. It's all about the business. It's about the jobs. It's about the brain power. It's about the industry. And all of that just floods into the country now.
Do you know what I love today, too? The scoreline. The irony of the scoreline, the 8-1.
Everyone forgot.
They did.
Everyone forgot.
8-1 in San Fran.
Exactly, it was 8-1. Well, it was 8-1, 7-1, but then it became irrelevant, didn't it?
It didn't matter.
That's if I had one criticism, and the changing of what's coming up next, it wasn't close. And there wasn't those magic tacking jewels and the tight races, and you didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I mean?
I just didn't care. After being in San Fran, I was I'm just glad to be bringing it home. You would have been horrified at the Louis Vuitton bags being thrown out into the crowd.
They handed out Louis Vuitton bags, they handed out the medals, and then they handed out these Louis Vuitton bags. And I thought, what are you giving bags
Well, clearly it's the sponsor. It was part of their deal.
And anyway, the Team New Zealand guys went into the crowd. Absolutely fantastic.
No,
I love it.
$5,000 bags.
There was a massive scrap too for one. Got ugly. Got super ugly.
I'm surprised the wives, they'll be giving them flack later on.
How much